What's up, guys? So I'm going to do a series of videos that are going to release over the next few days or few weeks, however I have that set up. I was going to do one large video, but once I started editing it, it was going to be like an hour long at least. And with YouTube, usually people start dropping off after just like 7 minutes of watching a video. So I've decided to split it up, and I'm going to use this intro for each video so you realize this is a series. Havana is whining now, but sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and play the first part of the video, and then I'll release the extra parts as I edit everything out. So enjoy this video, and please wait and check out the next part of the series. And it's all about my first fish import and how it went absolutely terrible. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you're not. Hit the like button, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you can check out when the next series of videos come out. Thank you so much. What's up, guys? I am super excited about this video. I have been working on this for a long time, and the day is finally here. My first fish wholesale import order. These fish are imported, they hit LA, they get rebagged, and then wholesaled out. So it's kind of like a transshipper or just a wholesale count. But I placed a small order of fish, and the boxes just landed here, and I'm going to go ahead and open them and show you guys what I ordered. Nothing crazy, but let's check it out. Alright, guys, so here's two boxes. The fish room's a mess because I just did this rack system. This whole rack, which it's not finished yet with tanks, this whole top row will be 11 20-gallon longs, and then this row will be 10 29 gallons. These are shrimp tanks. These are 55s down the bottom. Anyways, I built that specifically to be able to start importing fish, so I can quarantine them. It's a separate system completely from these. Rack system 2 is a flow through. I can't put any import fish in there because if they come in with ick or anything, it would transfer it to all the tanks. These are breeding project tanks. These are all individual mat and filter tanks. So this system is going to be powered by a, actually I don't have it in here. I got one of those septic tank air pumps, the ones that are good for like 50 different fish tanks. It came today along as these fish came. So I got to install that a little bit later on, and then these will all be on their own air. These are not combined in any way. It's not a central system, it's not a flow through. These are individual systems. They'll have sponge filters in each tank. But let's go ahead and start unboxing these so I can get these fish into their tanks and out of the water that they're in. Alright, let's see. This is the first box. Definitely Chinese or whatever, but let's see what we got. Well, the bags aren't labeled, so that kind of sucks. So I don't really know what these are. I have a master list. I'll have to get these all out and figure out what they are. Man, it sucks that they didn't label them. I'm failing at this camera thing, so I'm trying to look at the bag to see if I can ID. Mainly it's a lot of tetras. Oh, these are Corys. I think these are the pepper Corys. Sorry. I need to look at my phone and not at the bag. These I think are the pygmy cories. More cories. They're so small that it's going to be a little bit harder to ID them. So these are going to have to, everything's going to go into quarantine for at least 30 days, and hopefully they'll put on some size to where I can ID them a little bit easier. Man, I'm going to ask them to label the bags next time. Because I know I ordered like 5 different kinds of cory cats, and I think like 10 different tetras. So being that they're so small that it's going to be a little hard to see them. Heat packs. That's definitely nearite snails. I got a bunch of zebras. It's one of my favorite snails just because they don't, there's a heat pack down here by itself. So warm. That's good. It's not good that it was right against this bag though. What do we got here? Like maybe these are, oh man, I apologize for this video quality. These look like neon tetras. These are probably Julii cories. These are more tetras. These are pretty small. I should be using my GoPro because it's got a wider angle. Yeah, they're small in there. Let's see what this big bag is. More tetras. These look like cardinals. They're not colored up, but I'm guessing these are cardinal tetras. Yeah, so this is kind of a fail on an unboxing because nothing's labeled and everything. I mean, everything's double bagged, which is good. Makes it a little bit harder to see. I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys out of this water and then into tanks, and then maybe I can see them a little bit better. All right, guys, I got all the fish unbagged, and so far there's no DOAs. It doesn't mean that I won't lose any fish over the next 24 hours, but so far so good. I was a little nervous. My tanks, I just filled these up yesterday, and I had just done a water change on the other racks, so my barrel was empty, so this had to come straight from the tap. It still goes through my carbon block, but because it comes straight from the tap, it doesn't have time to warm up in the barrel. So this water was tap temperature of like 50 degrees yesterday. The temp of this was 69 before I put the fish in. The bags that they were in, it was 73 degrees on a couple I checked. So a little bit of a temperature change there. But I'd rather get them out of their water. Most of the bags were good. A couple of the bags were a little stinky, which is kind of surprising being that they went from wholesaler to my door in less than 24 hours. They shipped out yesterday around 6 p.m. and it's about 1 p.m. today that they got here. And they came from California is where the transshipper is. Anyway, so far so good. I really dislike that none of the bags were labeled. Some of them were very easy to identify. The cardinal tetras and like the salt and pepper cories and the panda cories. Super easy to ID. These other ones, are a little bit harder to ID. I'm going to wait until this evening once they settle in and start to get their colors back. But so far so good. I don't see any deaths, and I'll flip you guys around and show you what I see. All the tanks have a lot of air bubbles on the walls, and that's because I just filled them yesterday. So let's take a look at them now, and then I'll take more video later once I have a positive idea on everything. These are definitely neons. You know, they're pretty easy to tell. And I ordered small groups of everything because I've never used this transshipper before, this wholesale company. So I wanted to make sure, you know, I liked what they were doing. And so far so good. The only thing I want to ask them to do if I order from them again is to label each bag, because it just makes it easier to see what everything is. And I ordered I think just 10 of the nearite snails, these zebras. I put one in each tank. While everything goes through quarantine, I figured one in each tank would help. Oh, that's a reflection. I saw this reflection up there. I thought we had a man down, but he's just kind of chilling up there. I'm not saying that I won't have deaths, but so far so good. And these guys look really good already. Down. I'll get you guys up on the glass. Hopefully it'll keep the reflection down. These guys are looking good. All the tanks is going to have sand. This is just what I have left in my fish room. These tanks up here are all going to get sand as well, because I do want to put maybe jungle val in each tank just for a little extra water conditioning. And I ordered 2 types of pygmy cories. I believe this is one. I want to get a positive idea. I don't want to say something and then be wrong and then give out misinformation. You guys know what these are. One of my favorite cories. A bunch huddled up there in the back. And then all the sand's kind of blown out because I was doing a big water change on these tanks yesterday to get prepared. And I had the flow as high as it would go, and it blew all the sand kind of towards the back. Alright, so this tank is dual fish. So this has cardinal tetras. And also cories in it. Currently there's no lights over these tanks, and I'm very fine with that right now because it will help these guys acclimate and feel more comfortable. This is another dual tank. We got cories up here. Focus. And these are albino Congo tetras. Alright, well, I'm going to let these guys settle in for a few hours, and then we'll come back and see if there happens to be any losses, and start labeling all the tanks. These guys are already starting to color up. I don't know if I can get that. Where'd you go? One of them already had a red nose. Alright, I'll come back in a few hours and get some more video. Alright guys, that's it for part 1. I am splitting this all up to keep the amount of time per video low. I know part 1 is starting off very well. You know, everything looks like it's doing great. But part 2 is where the whole import order took a nosedive and things just went terribly wrong for me. And I debated on documenting all this and uploading it or not. It was so bad that I really just didn't even want to talk about it. But you'll see that in part 2. So thanks for watching. Get ready to see part 2 when it releases.